I'm coming to you guys very frustrated from inside the S6. First of all, welcome back to IgnitionTube. If you don't know, my name is Eli. This is my 2016 Audi S6, and later on in this video, you'll also see my 2004 BMW M3. Anyway, I've been chasing a check engine light in this car for the better part of 6 months, and have been putting off solving it because it's just an evap leak. But my time for inspection came around. It was due at the end of February. We didn't solve the check engine light by then, so I have a rejection sticker on this car, which means I have 60 days from when I got inspected to get the car to pass inspection again, or I believe I can get towed on site. So that's a fun one. But the issue we're having is my car is throwing P2026, which from my researching online is the fuel temperature, fuel vapor temperature sensor. There's a specific kind of unit that goes in the back there. I bought a $30 used one off the internet, hoping that would solve my issue. The code changed to P2024, which is not documented anywhere on the internet. None of my Audi tech buddies have heard of it. So I said I'm going to buy a new one. I bought a new one for LC Bureau, put the new one in, and I'm still throwing P2026. So I looked around. Now it says voltage too low, which is a new thing that it's added in using VCDS or VADCOM. So I looked around on that. There's a bunch of Mark 7 guys online saying they had an issue with the harness that went to that kind of sensor unit, whatever you want to call it, that goes over underneath the firewall and connects to the gas tank or some source of power over there. They had the heat shield rubbing on that, which was exposing a wire, which would then ground to the heat shield, so you wouldn't get power and it would throw a check engine light. The thing that makes me think that it's that, as soon as I clear the code, it's right back. So the car is not having to do any tests. It's not a faulty part. It's not something that the car is, running through. It literally knows as soon as I clear the code that it's not connected to that sensor. So I'm assuming that there's probably like a tiny fray or rub point or something like that where just a little bit of the wire is showing through, which is going to mean that Billy and I have to drop the entire exhaust and all the heat shielding back there and hope and pray that we find the spot that the wire is shorting out. Either that or we just wrap the whole thing in electrical tape and hope it goes away, but I'm not looking forward to that. Anyway, so if you have any input on this, definitely let me know, but enough with the jibber jabber. We've done a bunch of things on the E46 M3 that I'd like to kind of go over on camera. We put a new shifter boot in it. I'm starting to clean it up on the outside, and I'm really excited for that car. I have a bunch of parts coming for that car, so I will let you jump into some time lapses there. We'll talk about the E46, but I'm really frustrated with the S6. S6 has 62,000 miles on it and has a check engine light for 6 months. My M3 has 342,000 miles on it, doesn't have a single light on the dash. Things have been absolutely crazy. You're joining me today in, I think this is just going to end up being a vlog with kind of updates and life updates and all that fun stuff. But if you notice, there's a couch behind me. Step one today is I have a bunch of BMW parts and the couch to bring to my parents' house because we have a new couch coming tomorrow. I also have to hopefully get the S6 to pass inspection this weekend. So we'll talk about BMW stuff, we'll do some S6 stuff, and hopefully everything is alright. A lot of you commented about my check engine light in the S6 for an evap leak. We thought we had it solved. We didn't have it solved. Let me take you over here. So this is what we have for the M3 currently. That's my makeshift couch over there. But that is an exhaust from eBay. I'm very excited about that. That's some M Parts Worldwide exhaust stuff that we'll talk about in a separate video. I finally bought an exhaust hanger tool, which is long overdue. Those are my parts for the S6. We have the BAV sound speaker upgrade for the M3 that we'll make a separate video on. I got some wheel spacers, I have coilovers up there, I got the VADCOM cable, I got some wipers and miscellaneous stuff, the subframe reinforcement kit. So a lot of stuff for the BMW coming in the very near future. Waiting on a couple other parts. Also closed the deal with the wheel company this week for the M3 and bought another set for the M3 as well. So lots of stuff coming up. Another day at the shop. Today we're working on the race car. Billy has me playing detailer. If you hit a car in a parking lot, leave a damn note. Please. We're gonna get this out, hopefully. Alright, here's something that's been driving me absolutely nuts. These little window popper things on the M3 are kind of peeling and faded, and I finally had some free time, so I jumped in and at least got one side knocked out. I'll have to do the other side another day, but let me know your thoughts on how this came out. Much better. Right there you have it, folks. It's not perfect, but it's way better than what it was originally. Didn't get the chance to the other side, but I did also get a chance to install this guy. This is a shift knob with 342,000 miles on it, if this will focus. Today we're remedying this. This is a very common mod. If you're a BMW guy, you already know what a ZHP shift knob is. Mine is illuminated. We're going to get rid of that feature, but the first challenge of the day is going to be getting this shift knob off. Now, step one is you just wiggle this guy out, and then I guess we get a wire to unplug somewhere in here. Yeah, right there. There's a wire down in there. And then we have to pull the shift knob off, which is supposedly a very big challenge. Well, it doesn't want to come off easily, which is really no surprise. So I'm going to try the heat gun, see if I can heat up this leather quicker than the metal underneath it, because I would imagine the metal's probably pretty cold, and hopefully that will break the glue, and then I can pop it off. We'll see what happens. So the strategy is definitely put the heat underneath this, like heat into there, because I just did that and then was just kind of jokingly pulling with one hand. Comes right off. This is a brand new genuine BMW shift knob. I got it from work, aka FC Puro, and the beauty of this is, like everything else, it has a lifetime replacement guarantee. Now I don't know why you'd have anything go bad on your shift knob or your shift boot, which I also got from FC Puro. I'll show you that in a second, but if you did, it'd be covered. So excited to get this on there. I should just run it like that. That's how the hot boys do it, right? It should just clip right in, because it's a genuine BMW part. There should be no fitment issues, and there aren't. That's what it's supposed to look like. There we go. Now, do we just slide the shift knob on? Was I supposed to like hook it on the inside or something? I don't think so. Pop it down. There we go. Man, I love Alcantara in cars. I think there should be a lot more Alcantara in here. I'm probably going to do the e-brake boot in Alcantara, but feels good. Here's the kind of before and after. Super stoked with how this feels. It definitely shortened up the throw a little bit, and it feels awesome. It's nice to have, you know, like a nice clean leather piece in your hand. Next step is the steering wheel. We're working on that. I don't know what the heck happened in this video. Kind of all over the place. A summary of all the things that I've done over the past few weeks. Just random clips. All ended up together. So if you made it to the end, I greatly appreciate you. Let me know what you thought of this. And I promise I'll have more structured videos coming in the near future. This inspection thing has really thrown off my my kind of way of working. But anyway, by the way, if you consider yourself like a super fan of IgnitionTube or you want to support the channel more, I just activated the join button down below. We're going to do a monthly live stream. I already have a post up showing off the wheels that I bought. So if you're interested in joining that, obviously greatly appreciated. Watching the videos is plenty. You don't feel like you have to join, but you know, if it's something you want to get involved in, the button should be there on mobile and on desktop. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Go out there and spread some positivity, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.